Today will be all events quarterfinals. To the players, we will you all good luck. And to all of you, ladies and gentlemen, enjoy the game.
Indonesia Open, the 5th event on the 12 tournament MetLife BWF World Superseries. Well, there you can see all the Super Series events, and of course the Indonesia Open is not only the 5th event on the 12 tournament MetLife BWF World Super Series, it's also the 5th. It's also the 3rd of 5 Premier events. There you can see the Premiers, the All England, Malaysia. This one, Indonesia, Denmark and China. Then, of course, not only the 12 tournaments, but there's the end of year Dubai Super Series finals. That event for just the top 8 players and pairs in each of the 5 disciplines. Now, the way to qualify is by playing the 12 Super Series events, and it's the results from these 12 tournaments that will count towards the Super Series finals in Dubai. Well, it's quarterfinals day today, as I say, and 3 of the 5 matches we've got for you feature opponents who are looking to reach a first ever Super Series semi-final. We're starting with women's doubles, and Nuraidah and Pradipta up against the European Championships silver medalists Muskens and Piek from the Netherlands. Then we've got mixed doubles and the reigning world and Olympic champions Zhang Nan and Zhao Yunlei. Of course, they've twice won the title here. That was in 2011 and 2013. They're up against Prasetya and Sofika, the young Indonesian pair. Then it's men's singles and European bronze medalist Eefje from England up against another young Indonesian, Mustafa. He has been playing very well indeed. Then we go back to women's doubles, and Awanda and Rizki up against the Malaysians, who put out the number 2 seeds yesterday. The Malaysian pair, of course, of Vivian Hu and Wu Ki Wei, caused a major upset in beating Naswari and Polly, the world number 2s, yesterday. Then we finish with a second men's singles, and the 18-year-old Jonathan Christie, who caused a sensation yesterday by beating the 2-time and reigning Olympic champion Lin Dan. He's up against a former champion, Jan Jorgensen, won the title here 2 years ago. Last year, he was in the finals, so 2 consecutive finals over the last 2 years for Jan Jorgensen. So that's our lineup for this afternoon, which means, of course, we start with women's doubles. So the women's doubles draw, I can tell you, as we look up the lineup for this particular match: Tiara, Rosalia, Nuraidah, and Rizki, Amelia, Pradipta up against Selena, Piek, and Eefje, Muskens. Well, that's the draw. 6 different nations represented, but the extraordinary thing is that there's only 3 seeds left in. Only 1 in the top half, and that's the number 1 seed, Matsutomo and Takahashi. We, of course, are going to be concentrating right at the bottom of the draw. And here come the young Indonesians. Tiara, Rosalia, Nuraidah, and Rizki, Amelia, Pradipta. Well, if you were with us yesterday, you will have seen Selena Piek in the mixed doubles discipline. She and Yako Arens are going out to a young Indonesian pair that we're going to see in the next match, Prasetya and Sofika. Well, this women's doubles pair, silver medalist at the recent European Championships, staged in France, of course, and they went one better than the previous European Championships, which had been staged in Kazan, because they were bronze medalists in Kazan, silver medalists just recently. Of course, the European Championships is only a biannual event, or should I say it has been a biannual event, because they're going to start having it annually from now on. Well, I'm Jill Clark, delighted to say that sitting alongside me is Steve Hickson, former head coach of the Danish team. And what a performance so far by the young Indonesians, I mean, they only formed their partnership at the Thailand Masters Grand Prix Gold earlier this year, and here they are in only their second ever Super Series tournament in their first ever quarter-final of the Super Series.
Yeah, that's amazing. And I mean, we saw yesterday that the best Indonesian women's doubles is out of the tournament, but they show that they have some depth in the women's doubles department, and we're going to see 2 young Indonesian women's doubles play here this afternoon, and that's going to be really exciting to sort of gauge their level against the number 2 Europeans.
Yeah, absolutely. I concur with that. There is Selena Piek, the 24-year-old from Blaricum in North Holland, and currently number 11 in the world ranking. They did spend a total of 3 weeks at number 7, 2 different spells. They're number 13 on the Super Series standings at the moment, went down 3 places, having withdrawn from the Singapore Super Series event. Second consecutive quarter-final for them here at the Indonesia Open, because last year they lost at this stage to Tang Jinhua and Tiang Qing, who of course went on to win the title. But it was 3 thrilling games a year ago. Now, they have never been in a Super Series semi-final, so they're hoping to achieve something they've never achieved before here today. Their 2 matches so far, both against Indonesian pairs, and both of them in 2 straight games. So in the tournament, this is their 3rd pair that they're playing against from Indonesia. So there, Tiara, Rosalia, Nuraidah, 22 years of age. Well, we're going to have a look at their results so far, and they have been stunning. Former world number 3s, Matsuo and Naito, they beat them in the first round, having been a game down. And then yesterday, against the Olympic champions, the world champions, Tiang Qing and Zhao Yunlei, pair who have already won this tournament 2 years ago, that Chinese combination, beat them in 3 games as well. So both of their previous matches for this Indonesian pair have been over the hour mark. She'll turn 23 later this month. Currently 86 in the world, but don't pay any attention to that, because they've only got 4 tournaments towards that world ranking. You really need 10 to get any sort of a realistic reflection of your capabilities. Because, as I was saying, not only is this just their 2nd Super Series tournament together, it's only their 5th tournament together in total. Rizki, Amelia, Pradipta, well, she's been a quarter-finalist 3 years ago in this particular tournament, playing with Piek Bernadette, with whom she reached number 6 in the world rankings. Now, given the fact that the Indonesians are only playing their 5th ever tournament together, not surprising this is the first ever meeting between the 2 pairs. So Jane Lynn Fundal from the Philippines is our umpire for this. Takahodi Sujinaki is our service judge. So already, with no play underway yet, all 3 courts just waiting for play to get underway. It's already an atmosphere. So can the Indonesians of Nuraidah and Pradipta continue their giant killing? Seen 2 sensational results for them in the tournament so far. I mean, that's incredible. Former world number 3s, Matsuo and Naito, and then the Olympic champions, Tian Qing and Zhao Yunlei.
Yeah, very impressive, and that's why actually I think it's quite nice that we have them on television court here, so that we can see what's actually going on, because they've been flying a bit under the radar, so to speak, and as you say, they only played a few tournaments together. So how are they actually playing?
Yeah.
What is their strength? We've seen Pradipta at sometimes with Pia Bernadette. Is it the same role that Nuraidah is going to take in this women's doubles as Pia was before? And how's everything going to pan out?
So by that, do you mean that Pradipta, as she's done for most of this rally, has been playing from the back of the court, because Pia Bernadette was a very good mixed doubles player as well, and she liked to go forward?
Yeah, I think we must suspect that that's the way they want to play in their preferred position. Also, it's interesting to see with the defense, how do they cope with the Dutch attack there.
That's a good rally, isn't it? Yeah, well, you did ask the question, how are they going to cope with the attack of the Dutch pairing?
Yeah.
European pair, very patient in that rally.
Yeah, and of course they have their preferred position as well. Selena Piek, whom we saw yesterday in the mixed doubles, is the preferred front court player, and Eefje Muskens, normally back court player. Very aggressive service return here from Pradipta. Not that often we see that in women's doubles.
No, it's very impressive. Well, you were making the point yesterday, Steen, that the coach is sitting at the back of the court. There's such, I was going to say noisy crowd, but I mean, I don't mean that in an unkind way. I mean it in a good way. They get so enthused and so involved with their badminton, the fans here in Jakarta, that the coaches sitting at the back of the court can't make themselves heard.
No. We saw yesterday that Xia Xuanze had to lean over one of the A boards here in order to reach contact with Lin Dan.
Yes.
Luck of the net court here for the Dutch pair. Well played, well played. Look how Nuraidah is covering the other half of the court, making room for her partner to move forward, continue the attack.
Yeah, it's a good varied attack. I like that drop shot from Eefje Muskens.
Yeah, out by quite a bit actually. On the side.
Service fault called. Service over.
Service fault was called.
7.
above the waist. So, first service fault of the match, I think. Oh, it is only early stages after all. Yeah, I do like their attacking style. The Indonesians. Look at that from Nuraidah. Super. Well, of course, Nuraidah has sort of been off the radar recently. I first paid attention to her when she picked up 2 medals in 2 consecutive World Junior Championships with Suci, Rizki and Dini. Silver medal in 2009 and a bronze medal 2011. Well, they're outclassing the Dutch pair at the moment.
Very, very good start for the Indonesian girls. Appears to be a bit shaken, the Dutch pair.
Good game.
Yeah.
Oops. So the advantage, the 7-point advantage, is with Nuraidah and Pradipta. We're at the mid-game interval of the opening game. Yeah, she was off balance, wasn't she, when she tried to play that? I know, Steen, that when Pradipta was playing women's doubles with Piek Bernadette, they were independent players. And I don't know whether this is an independent partnership that's being formed or whether Pradipta has rejoined PBSI. Do you have any idea?
I have no idea, but we can see that it's definitely. Can we? Yeah, it's definitely not England coaching the Indonesian pair. We saw England coaching Polly and Maheswari yesterday. Of course, since this is their home tournament, they have a number of coaches, so it could very easily be
11-4. Play.
National team coaches anyway.
Yeah. Oh, that's beautiful. What a lovely shot from
Service
Selena
over.
Piek. Now,
5-11.
the Dutch coach is actually a Dane, Kim Nielsen. And Kim Nielsen was giving appeared to be very positive instruction at the mid-game interval.
Yeah.
If it had been you, Steen, what would you have been saying to this Dutch combination?
Well, I would definitely have tried to cheer up Selena Piek a little bit because she looks a bit off, in my opinion. So she's got to get into the game. You see that there's a big chance she's taking. So if you're not really feeling confident in the court, you can't go after the big chances. You have to sort of work your way into the match. And that's, I think, what's all about here in the first game, because that's pretty much gone for the Dutch pair. Then I would definitely try to get Nuraidah on the back court. You can see she's searching the front court a lot. I think Pradipta's pretty satisfied being there. This is a reasonably good rally for the Dutch pair. Very varied attack from the Indonesians. Clever play. I still would try to switch the two Indonesian girls a little bit and move Nuraidah. From what we've seen here in the first game, she smashes one time. When she's moved, she sort of signs and play a good drop shot or clear, or doesn't take a whole lot of workload from the backcourt. You can see Pradipta, she's not at all afraid of firing. That's the thing I was pointing out. Move her a little bit, and then there's chances will occur after the first smash. If she still has the shuttle, chances will occur. But they're doing well, the Indonesians, so it sounds so easy when we try to give a tactical advice from up here. It's not so easy when you're on the court.
Yes, and I know from bitter experience that, you know, with the atmosphere here near Sora Stadium and with the heat and the humidity, you know, sometimes when you have some long rallies, I mean, I always love playing here, but crikey, the number of times I thought early on, well, goodness me, it's only this score. How on earth could I last for 3 games? Should it go to 3 games? Because it is so physically draining.
And also, your heat, your head heats up.
Yeah.
Which eventually might cause you to take decisions that you might want to second guess afterwards.
Yeah. Just wide.
Yeah. Another sign that Selena hasn't really hit it well so far.
No.
She is in many ways to take up the competition between the or with the Indonesian front court player, and she hasn't been able to do that yet.
Yeah.
There it is.
Oh, but what great defense. Oh, it got deflected by hitting the top of the tape.
17-6.
Yeah, completely changed direction. Virtually impossible to adjust when you're that close to it.
Ready.
Yeah, I know you've already mentioned it, Steen, about the varied attack from the Indonesians, but I'm getting more and more impressed by it.
Yeah. It's powerful smashes, doing some damage.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah. Wrong choice of shot from Pradipta. Going for the cross-court smash, went off balance. But all credit to Muskens. It's nicely dealt with.
But that's what you have to accept when you go for these varied attacks. That once in a while you look really, really stupid, but it keeps the court open. The Dutch pair cannot sort of move towards the side where the attacking player is, got to cover all court, and that makes room for straight attacks as well, or channel attacks. So just brush it off and get on with it. Of course, if you do it too many times, then it's not so good, but so far the Indonesians have been fairly successful.
Game points. A whole host of them. Oh, that's a good return of serve. Delaying the inevitable, one suspects, in this opening game.
Yeah, but still important for the Dutch pair to see if they can play a couple of good rallies and get some points and get some ideas for the second game on how to proceed in this match. That was better. That's exactly the thing I think the Dutch pair should be looking for. the shot after Nuraidah has made her first smash. There is some counter-attacking opportunities there, in my opinion.
Oh, that's delightful defense.
They're leaving way too much time with their lifts, the Dutch pair. Pradipta, she's got loads of time before she's smashing.
Missed it. 21-10 opening game to the Indonesians. Tiara, Rosalia, Nuraidah, and Rizki, Amelia, Pradipta. Second longest rally of the match so far to close out game number 1, 21-10. Well, there is the Danish coach who's working for this Dutch pair, Kim Nielsen. Now, presumably, he will talk to his players in English, won't he?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, I wish we could hear what he was saying. Yeah, there's definite encouragement. That's good.
Talked to Selena yesterday, and she had a little bit of problems with her stomach. Ate some spicy food, and I don't know if that's affecting her, but anyway, if they are to have a chance of taking this to a decider, she definitely needs to buckle up and get going. They've got to be able to play at a higher pace, in my opinion. The Dutch pair got to show some mental strength, show that they are
Game. Love all.
willing to take on the Indonesians in the long rallies.
Ready,
We've
Selena?
seen a number of times when the rallies get long, they seem to go for the lines, and that's generally not a good sign.
Oh, that's just delightful.
Yeah.
From Nuraidah.
And she's in good balance, Nuraidah, and she plays creative shots when she's in good balance on the front court. Beautiful.
Interesting, Steen, you talk about perhaps Selena Piek isn't 100% fit. I did wonder during the opening game whether Muskens was back to full fitness, because I mentioned that they withdrew from the Singapore Super Series event. Yeah. Muskens went home, Selena Piek stayed and played mixed doubles. Oh, we've got a challenge here.
Yeah, that's on the line. He was calling, I think it's the Indonesians who challenge. There's no chance that this is right. I'm sitting exactly over the line.
Now, Hawkeye's looking at the high-speed cameras that are looking down all of the outside lines. Yeah, there you could see how she was having to yeah, good challenge.
Eefje is,
Play.
from what I'm told, she's from time to time having problems with her arm and her shoulder. So that might have been the reason why they withdrew from Singapore.
Now, we've just seen challenges remaining, and it said 1 for Indonesia. Indonesia must have made the challenge.
Yeah, it was Indonesia who made the challenge. So the challenge was unsuccessful.
Ah, right, okay. I beg your pardon.
The linesman called him in.
Right. Just as well I've got you, Steen, keeping me right.
Yeah. Very important rally, this one. Great play by Nuraidah and Pradipta, and they maintain their sort of grip over the Dutch pair in the long rallies, continuing to win the long rallies, and that, I suspect, will eventually put some pressure, some mental pressure on Muskens and Piek.
Oh,
That's well played. That's well played by Eefje Muskens.
I'll tell you what I'm really liking about this Indonesian pair, Steen, from what I've seen so far. I mean, of course, you and I have watched Maheswari and Polly on numerous occasions, and I have been, at times, a little bit critical that I feel they're too defensive. Sometimes within their rallies, they're quite happy to defend and so on.
Yeah.
I'm watching this Indonesian pair, and they're adventurous. They want to intercept at the net. They want to hit in a downward direction. They're looking for opportunities, which is far more adventurous and aesthetically pleasing for me as a spectator and as a fan.
Well, I agree in many ways, and when I say like that, it means that I don't agree. No, I agree, but we have to consider the opposition. That many a time when we've seen Polly and Maheswari, we've seen them against world top-class pairs. That means top 5 pairs.
Yeah.
And in all respect to Muskens and Piek, they're not top 5 in the world.
No.
Their defense is not as solid. Their touch, their ability to play long rallies at high pace is not at the same level as the pairs we used to see Polly and Maheswari against. And that's why I have a little bit of a reservation. I want to see these 2 Indonesian girls in a hole where it's not so easy to kill the shots as it is here in Istora Senayan, playing top 5 pairs before I will agree with you. But then there might be some good sense in
no,
that.
you make very, very good sense. And, absolutely. It was just, you know, my vision of watching them play. And
I agree in that. And you have to play attacking badminton here in Istora Senayan. You cannot rely on your defense. We saw the Korean men's doubles. Did we have them on television yesterday? Yeah, we did.
Yes.
Lee Yong-dae and Yo Young-sung. And they're normally the world's best defensive pair. That doesn't mean that they play a defensive style here in Istora Senayan.
No.
They use their defense to survive a couple of rallies that other pairs wouldn't be able to survive, but they want to be on the attacking side of the rally. And that's the way to do it here, in my opinion. And that's what they've done really well, Nuraidah and Pradipta. But what if they play in Korea with a little bit slower shuttles and
it's a very good point.
And a pair on the other side that can keep Nuraidah on the backcourt? Then it's a whole different ball game, in my opinion.
Oh, big gap, big gap. But it has been a much better start to this second game from the Dutch pair. Yeah, that's perfect placement, isn't it?
Playing up against the wind right now. We expect, at least, it's always a little bit hard to say whether it's an advantage. It depends what kind of playing style you're playing and what discipline you're playing.
Well worked. Oh, we had one at 38 shots in the opening game.
Quick. Just a quick one. Play.
Yeah. Muskens knows that was an opportunity.
7-8.
They just seemed to snatch at it a little. So the deficit reduced to just 1 point. Oh, look at that work from Nuraidah.
It's well played. And she takes advantage that Selena Piek gets a little bit off balance when she moves to the net and plays it back at the net, and you simply cannot afford to be off balance here. If you're off balance, your partner's got too big a court to cover.
Service over. 9-8.
Shot from Muskens.
10-8.
Shot placement on the left hip of Pradipta, and she couldn't get a racket over there.
No service short.
9-10.
First one of the match. Service error.
Service over.
I have to say now that we've seen these services in not in slow, but very, very good pictures of the serving. I don't agree with the service judge. I think this woman here, Nuraidah, she's serving too high. And what I use to gauge that is her left arm, the one that's holding the shuttle, and it's almost going straight out from her shoulder. I mean, it is going straight out from her shoulder. It's just not pointing downwards almost. And I don't understand how the shuttle can be below the lowest rib when the arm is almost level out from the shoulder. That's beyond my imagination how to do that.
Tiara. Tiara. The other side. 11-9. Play.
Well,
12-9.
definite opportunity
Yeah.
for Pradipta.
And the only hope for Muskens and Piek to survive that rally was actually that the Indonesians were making a mistake, because they were doing this Korean defensive stance on the double service line on the back court, and it's really hard to turn things around from there. You can almost only hope for the opponent to make a mistake.
Oh. Well, it pays the compliment of an unforced error. Yeah, she knows it.
But a good first part of the second game for the Dutch pair, because they were totally off in the first, and now they're leading by 2, so they should actually be in high spirits.
Yeah.
Because that's what they could hope for. Did she miss that? Yeah, she did. Wow.
And it came off the frame of her racket.
Yeah. And it's interesting to see whether she can come back, Selena Piek, because I've watched her in a number of club games, and of course they're not as important as international tournaments, but I often feel that she sort of gets sucked into that emotion that things are not really going well.
Yeah.
And I mean, that really is important here, because you must expect, when you're at the quarterfinal stage in the Super Series, you must expect that some crises are happening during the games. And you've got to learn to cope with that. That's well played. But also a little bit a mistake from the Indonesian side here.
Yeah.
But that's also something that I'm sure that Kim Nielsen, the Dutch coach, will pick up on, that if you can play soft shots below the tape to Pradipta, then she's not as strong as if she can fire smashes away from the backcourt. That was lucky. Good service from Selena Piek.
Spoke too soon, Steve.
Yeah.
She was struggling with her serve yesterday, wasn't she,
Yeah.
Selena Piek? We made note of that.
Selena. Just
No,
do
no,
like
what's the
that.
umpire
Okay.
going to say? No, what on earth was that about?
Play.
Probably a delaying game. You see the arm, see the left arm there? It's almost level.
Come on. Let's watch this closely. Yeah. Absolutely take your point, Steve. Oh, super. Oh,
that's wide. And they've now lost 4 easy points, the Dutch pair, since Selena Piek missed that low service. I mean, they just got to get a grip again if they want to move on to the semi-final here, if they want to be a real threat to the Indonesian pair, because they cannot feel sorry for themselves in the middle of a match. If you do that, then points slip away real easy.
Just long at the back line. And at this crucial stage, the Indonesians go into the lead. That's good judgment, isn't it?
Play.
Good rally. Important rally too.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. Terrific.
great comeback by Pradipta and Nuraidah.
Longest rally of the match so far. Yeah, they were under severe pressure in that rally, weren't they?
Yeah, and I mean, from 11-15 down, they've sort of brought themselves into position where they can perhaps close this match out in 2 straight games. And I think that's the best way to do it, because otherwise you might get a little bit nervous before the decider, if a decider was needed, and if you feel you have a really great chance of going into the semi-final of your home tournament. Get lots of good ranking points for getting into Super Series and Premier Series tournaments.
Not the best of series. And with the fact they've only got 4 tournaments towards their world ranking at the moment, it'll make a huge difference, won't it?
It would.
This is now 7 straight points.
18-15.
Now, somebody's using a flash camera that was disturbing Nuraidah. Straight points. No wonder the fans are halfway to celebrating. Away from the semi-final. She did well there to see where the gap was, because Nuraidah sort of got caught in no man's land at the front of the court. There, just
off balance.
Yeah.
And your partner has to cover all the court, and that's difficult.
The run of points is broken. What has this Dutch pair got left? What a great return to serve. Points have arrived.
Service over. 17-20.
Second opportunity for the Indonesian player. The second match point has come and gone. Defense, my goodness. Well. 3 match points have come and gone. Just one more remains for the Indonesians. Can the Dutch pair keep them at bay and perhaps force a decider?
Oi, that was returned by Pradipta.
I don't believe it. I don't believe it. That's extraordinary. I don't think I've seen that at a match point before. So, of course, that's a fault. It's got to be the player on the diagonal that returns the serve. So, point to the Dutch pair. It's 20-all. Extra points needed. That's landed well in. This is extraordinary. This is extraordinary. So now, the Dutch pair on a run of 5 straight points, having saved 4 match points, have a game point themselves. Landed long. That's courageous. That's very, very good judgment.
And what a great save by Nuraidah in the middle of that rally. I actually thought the Dutch pair would have taken that game, but she just managed to get it back. Oh, that was going to go long, but the third shot from Selena Piek found the floor inside the lines.
21.
So, a second game point now for the Dutch pair. Oh, goodness. All the time to make the third service error.
22-all.
We have one more flashlight, and that's actually one of the helpers of the tournament. I can see him from where I'm sitting here, just coming in through one of the entrances and taking flash photography, and that's really good.
No, not for one of the officials. Yeah, good backhand from Muskens and Pradipta, trying to be positive on defence, but that's the problem with the crouch defence. If it goes down the backhand side, it's jolly awkward. So will it be third time lucky for the Dutch player? A third game point opportunity to send it to a third and deciding game. Good serve this time.
Really?
Yeah, it is indeed one game apiece. Who would have thought? 2016, the Indonesians led. 4 match point opportunities. But we will be treated to a third and deciding game. 44 minutes into the match, and there's the celebration from the Dutch pair, because it's one game all. Well, talk about living on the edge.
they were in dire straits, and I mean, I'm not really sure what happened, but at least the last part, the extra points, showed that the Dutch pair can play better than we've seen in the match. So they would have definitely kicked themselves if they'd lost that in 2 games. Got a second life, so to speak, and I can't help thinking whether that might be due to the situation that these 2 Indonesian girls, Pradipta and Nuraidah, they're playing on the main court in Istora Senayan in front of their home crowd, home fans. There's not that many Indonesians left in the tournament, 5 quarterfinals altogether. So this would be really big if they can move on to the semi-finals. But I mean, the Dutch pair should have picked up on that and noticed that they got a little bit nervous. So if they can stay within striking distance, they will have the chance also here in the third game. Of course, one of the solutions that they've got to come up with is how do we treat playing on this side here? The way we did it in the first game, that was no good. We got to come up with something better.
Yeah, I suppose we also ought to consider the fact that the Indonesian pair in their first 2 matches of the tournament, both over an hour in duration, so they've been on court almost twice as long, in fact over twice as long as their opponents. Piek and Muskens just 22 minutes for their first match, 30 minutes for their second match. I suppose if we were talking about finals and 4 previous matches, the accumulation might have more of an effect.
Too low.
She's been making some lots of good choices from the backcourt, Selena Piek. Challenging too much on shots that really have no opportunity of being winners, end up being losers.
Selena. 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 Play.
That's a terrible start. That's 4-0 for, well, at least a terrible start for the Dutch. It's a beautiful start for Nuraidah and Pradipta, but it's 4 direct mistakes from Piek and Muskens.
That's lovely play from Pradipta. I'm wondering, Steve, I mean, you see it a lot in sport. People fight back, and it's almost as if there's a feeling, well, the hard work has been done. We've got ourselves back into this. And then they, for some reason, relax a little bit again. And I wonder if that's partly what's happened here. I would have thought they'd be more experienced than to allow that to happen.
Yeah. That's probably the difference between, may seem harsh, but the real top pairs, I'm saying it anyway, these 2 pairs, they've done well in this tournament, but they're not real top pairs. They're not real contenders. No offense, because they might be in the future, but they have to learn that the way they played the Dutch pair behind 16-20, that's the way you play every rally.
Yes.
You don't just give away 3 points like they've done now.
Yeah.
And that's another one. And 6-2, and I mean, there's a chance of coming back. But the margin right now is not really big. If they lose the next 3 points, this match is pretty much gone.
Yeah. It's gone wide. Yeah, nicely done. It's interesting, Steen, as you were just saying that. You know, it may sound harsh to some people, but that's the harsh reality of sport. And my mind immediately went to Jochen Fischer. Now, one of the reasons I'm a big fan of Jochen Fischer is because he plays with the intensity as if it's World Championship point every point that he plays.
Yes.
But you're right, that's what you've got to do.
And then, I mean, if you have a big lead, then you can perhaps slow down a little bit. But it's risky because you never know when the opponents will get back. And I know for Joachim, that's a special story. He's got 2 kids back home, and he says, me spending so much time away from them, I want to make sure that it's every minute should count. I mean, I cannot allow myself not to play my best when they're alone back home with their mom in Denmark.
Yeah.
So I've got to do my best every time.
Yeah. Oh, the whole body language of the Dutch pair right now at this first half of this deciding game, if you're a Dutch fan, will be a little bit concerning at times. Not only the errors, but the body language too.
Yeah. And it's so important for the Indonesians now to maintain this cushion of points that they've got, because we saw that 4 points wasn't enough in the second game. And I think mainly it's due to nerves that they didn't manage to close it out. But we also have to remember that the Dutch pair had actually got themselves a nice lead by 15-11. So we must expect the Dutch pair to finish on the side of the court where they feel a little bit more confident and so on. So a 2 or 3 point lead might vanish quite quickly for the Indonesians.
Yeah.
That's well played.
7, 9.
Better rally, isn't it?
Yeah. If I were the Indonesians, I would try to keep Selena Piek on the back court. One work as well. Very nice defense. Actually, a little bit surprised that she wasn't able to reach that one, Muskens, because the attack or in-between shot between a drop shot and an attacking shot wasn't that good, so she should be in good balance. Oh, that was wide.
The Indonesians will have a 4-point advantage at the change of ends. And I can't help but think of what Steen has just said. You know, is it enough of a lead as far as the home fans are concerned? I think you said 2 or 3 points, or did you say 3 or 4 points? We could have our cup of tea on this tonight, you know, Steve.
Yeah. But the thing is, what speaks for the Indonesians now is that they've actually been in the position in the second game, so the coaches might have been able to discuss a plan with them. What do we do if we get this 4-match points again and so on? What will our strategy be? And of course, there's a lot of pressure on the Dutch pair. It's basically the 4 first points that they sort of gifted to the Indonesians that are deficits right now. The thing is, do they realize that they're actually playing 50-50 on the not so good side, or at least the side where they got a lesson in the first game? And pressure's on here the first 2 or 3 rallies, because the Indonesians, they could run away if they play 3 good rallies.
Yeah. Many moons ago when I was still playing Steam, that first rally after the change of ends in the deciding game was, to me, always so important.
Very important.
I really, really desperately wanted to win that.
Yeah.
Service over. 8-12.
Well, ended up as a good backhand. I thought that was going to go wide.
12.
Well, if you're in a good position to play it, I guess this one here. Might as well put it away.
But a difficult shot.
Yeah, it was.
Oh, she tripped a little bit.
My goodness, she certainly did. It's another long rally.
Yeah, this is going to be a deciding rally.
Concur. I think that will really hurt the Dutch pair, and I'm not just talking about physically.
13-9.
52 shots.
And the thing is, that they have to maintain the same patience here. They just have to do it a little bit better when we come to shot 40, to shot 60, to shot 70. Because there's a big chance that they will overdo it if they try to challenge earlier in the rally. Oh, that was...
Yeah, that was going wide, wasn't it?
But a good match right now. Both pairs have stepped up.
Yeah, nice drop. Yeah.
That's well played.
Good variation.
I think as we close in on 20 here in the decider, it will be more and more difficult for the four girls to hold their defense, withstand the opponent's attack. It will be more and more important to get the initiative in the rally. Oi!
Oh.
That was a little bit lucky for Nuraidah there.
Yeah. It was deflected, or
Yeah.
something happened, and Selena Piek had to readjust her shot making.
Yeah.
Yes, it was a net cord.
Take it.
Yeah. Well, for the
Selena.
Dutch pair,
Towel.
an
The
8th
towel, get into back.
Super Series
Yes,
quarter-final
okay,
today.
thank you.
And I don't suppose they've probably had a better chance of getting through to a semi-final when I think back to their other
14-10.
7 quarter-final appearances. This is still very much in the balance.
11 points away.
Oh, that's wild.
She looks really, really nervous.
11.
Pradipta.
Yeah. Especially when the shuttle is below the tape. And so does Selena Piek.
Yeah.
She's made too many errors of these soft shots, trying to play them too close to the net.
16-11. Service over. 12-16.
As this change of ends, it's 5 points apiece.
Yeah. That's
Go
why.
wide.
14-16.
This is going to be a thriller.
Yeah.
Oh, deflected. Yeah, that's exactly the thing. When Pradipta is to play the soft shot, she makes the same mistake as, in my opinion, Selena Piek is doing. They're playing them way too sharp. Want too much, hopes that the shot is not returned and it's a winner. I think both pairs are very, very tensed right now.
Play.
Oh, this time the lucky net cord for
Yeah.
Selena Piek.
But once again, a bad shot. Just pure luck that it doesn't stay on the Dutch side. It's not a shot that can win anything. That's the only way you can win from it. That's a net cord.
So just 1 point in it.
Sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. I feel that Pradipta and Selena Piek are the two most nervous players on the court right now. That's how it looks from where we're sitting. That was going long.
It's a good one. Unbelievable.
Good shot.
Oh, the dive! Well, Pradipta did well to hold her nerve. Yeah, calmly played the shuttle into the open space. And sometimes that's quite difficult when you see an opponent on the floor. That dive there. Wow, I wonder if this rally is the decisive one.
Selena, the towel, please. Selena, the towel. Play.
Good move there from
Service over.
Piek. Finds the open space
16-18.
just behind Pradipta.
Wasn't the best of serves. It's going long.
Well played, well played.
Just 1 point in it now.
Yeah.
17-18.
And now it's the Indonesians whose body language looks a little bit tensed.
Yeah.
And the result is that Indonesia.
Back level.
18-all.
An hour and 7 minutes. It's 1 game all. It's 18 all in the deciding game.
Good defense by Muskens. That's long.
And it was crucial stage.
19-18.
On a run of 4 straight points, Dutch pair go into the lead. That's good return. Very good return from Nuraidah.
19-all.
Shocking serve. Oh, good defence again. Well, it has been an extraordinary match. And now after an hour and 8 minutes, the first match point opportunity for the Dutch pair of Muskens and Piek.
Match point, 19.
Oh, it's too short.
No serve, short. That's her 4th low service error. And what a time to do that.
20-all.
20 all.
Deflected by the net.
Good well to get out of the way though, didn't she?
That would have been an anticlimax if
Yes.
if she's touched that one.
Thank you. Thank you.
Well, both pairs have Dutch match points now.
Play.
Oh my goodness. Oh, could have put that away.
Yeah. backhand shots from Pradipta. On the front court.
So now a 5th match point opportunity for the Indonesians, the first in this deciding game. As well
Excellent
saved.
rally. Fantastic rally.
Well, Dutch pair absolutely took the rally to their opponents.
That was a great drop shot from Eefje Muskens. And I was sort of thinking the whole rally, hey, you don't need to smash on every opportunity. You're allowed to play a drop shot to get your opponents out of position. And that goes both for the Dutch pair here and the Indonesians as well. It was like nobody really dared to play a softer shot. Terrible service, but it's long.
The return is long.
22, 21.
And Eefje Muskens was really going at a linesman for not doing anything, but it was the linesman on the other side who was actually
Made the call.
calling that line. It was the mopper she was asking for a call from.
So match point number 2
Ready.
for the Dutch pair. Oh, that's loose. Oh, that's clever.
And I'm watching the Dutch coach, and he's having a good workout on his chair, I can tell you. That's
Gone
wide.
wide. And the Indonesians survive. A match point for a second time. What an extraordinary match it's turned out to be. Well, very surprised the umpires allowing the players to towel down. I know it's been a long match. Yeah, I think the coach and the bench, both ends of the court, getting a pretty good workout themselves.
Yeah.
The twitching in this coaching seat.
Good save by Pradipta.
So will it be third time lucky for Muskens and Piek? A third match point opportunity. There he is.
They got good smash.
That's a good serve.
Yeah. Remember that the Dutch pair is playing on the presumably better side. They can push their shots a little bit more. They don't have to be as careful as the Indonesians. That might end up being the deciding factor.
Good serve. It's going wide. They've done it. Winning on their 4th match point opportunity, having saved 4 match points in the 2nd game. They're a delight with Kim Nielsen, their coach. A first ever Super Series semi-final awaits tomorrow for Eefje, Muskens and Selena, Piek. My goodness, they did that the hard way. 16-20 down in the 2nd game, having lost the 1st. It looked all but over. Had to survive a 5th match point in this deciding game as well. The Dutch pair. But coming through an absolute thriller. 25-23 in an hour and 16 minutes. The moments of realisation. Our first ever Super Series quarter-final victory, which means the first ever Super Series semi-final tomorrow. 10-21, 24-22, 25-23 in the deciding game. What a match.
The umpire of the match, Sir Craig Cox, the Netherlands. And the judge,